Where we empower, enrich, and educate our peoples. So, we have Stephanie in the house today. She's the Youth Services Manager of MGLCC. And we're going to talk about the homeless youth, and the homeless LGBTQ youth. And let's throw some statistics out at the people to let them know the percentage of our kids that are homeless.
So LGBT people make up about 5 to 7% of the population, but nationwide there's been some studies from the Williams Institute that have said that it'd be up to 40% of the homeless youth population identify as LGBT. So it's a really big number.
So what's the age of a youth?
It's usually anyone under 24.
Okay.
Our youth services at the center.
My mother's drunk. William fell in the studio. Sean, come get your other lady. Come on, Stephanie. She drunk. Stain, your daughter drunk.
You put something in my coffee.
The witch fell down.
You're the one who bought her coffee. So what you put in it.
Ooh, wait. Come on, Stephanie. Lord have mercy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Our homeless youth services focus mostly on the 18 to 25 population, and we've got a few services for them specifically, like our youth emergency services.
Now, what is that?
That is like clothes, food, hygiene kits. They can use the center to store some items. They can use it as a mailing address if they don't have a safe space to get some mail.
That's good.
We also do some case management with them to try and get them whatever it is that they're lacking, whether that's a new ID or setting up Social Security or helping them find a job, doing mock interviews and things like that, try and get them back on their feet.
What about, tell us some of the horror stories or the family severe conflict that led some of the youth that you dealt with being homeless.
Like some of the...
Anyone in particular, without a name,
Yeah.
that you can like share with us that may have happened, that this individual may have shared with you in a synopsis type fashion?
Well, I don't usually ask the specific details of their experiences with their family, but most of the young adults that have come to me have come because of family rejection. So
that's the primary reason.
Yeah, they came out and then their families were not accepting, and so then they found themselves without stable housing. And there's lots of ways to be considered homeless. So you could be sleeping in your car, you could be sleeping on your friend's couch, but let's say you get into a fight with that friend, the next day you don't have anywhere to live. So that's still being homeless even if you do have a couch to sleep on for a little bit.
What about, now people don't realize this, being homeless is not just the only factor or the only risk that these youth have affecting them. Most of them have, a large percentage of them have mental problems. They practice unsafe sex because they have to have survival sex and do sex work to survive. Suicide rates. So talk about those things that you have seen and observed from the homeless youth experience and those other risk factors.
Well, there are lots of things, like you said, that come with being homeless. It's not just that you don't have anywhere safe to sleep. It's that you can't really focus on getting your life back on track because you're worried about where you're going to sleep that night, where your next meal is coming from, the basic survival things that you need. So are you going to worry about doing your homework when you're in your senior year of high school if you're kicked out, or are you going to worry about like finding your next meal?
Absolutely.
I'd probably be worried about finding my next meal. But so in addition to that, there's also things like you said, unsafe sex, people trading sex for a place to sleep, substance abuse, mental health issues. All those are factors of things that come out of being homeless.
That's just mind-boggling, and you know it's really sad that your own blood will kick you out of the house and throw you to the wolves just because of your sexual orientation or who you identify as.
Well, one thing I found startling in the statistics was that the race composition, and that it's majority over 60% of black LGBTQ youth that's homeless in this city. And what also is, it's not strange, but the outreach is coming from another population or another race that's trying to correct the problem in our city. One of the organizations that banded together to do something about this situation for the homeless youth. Whereas we have a lot of organizations in the black community that could have very well addressed the problem before it got this bad. As if the government, the county, the city, or other municipal areas, churches, very large congregations here, wealthy organizations here. But is it because it's the gay youth?
Yeah. You don't have to say it, Stephanie. I say it. Right. You are the youth services manager. You don't have to say it. It's because they're gay and black, and they don't give a damn about them. I'm sorry, they don't care about them. I'm really mad at the black community. These black preachers, these black churches, they turn their backs on these kids just because of their sexual orientation. They throw them to the wolves and say, to the hell with them. I'm mad at them.
Unless they direct the choir.
Yeah, or do some hair. Keep on going. It's the truth. And I am fed up. I'm so tired of these black hypocrites. The black lives don't matter unless you're just black, straight, and you shot by the police. That's the only time the black lives matter. I said it. I said it. So they get mad at me. That's the only time they matter. They don't matter if you're homeless like these kids, suffering from AIDS and HIV, mental conditions, going through suicide, going through depression, being homeless. They don't matter then. They only matter when the police shoot you and you're black, and that's it. So whatever, to the hell with them. I'm not studying.
And I think that's where they forget in the black community is a lot of these issues that these kids face, they can lead to other things of the high crime rate, poverty.
Yeah.
Using all of the sources that we are meant to be temporary.
Yeah.
So these are the things that the black community is supposed to outreach.
Yeah.
You know, churches who say, oh, we're missionary Baptists or all these other things. What type of mission work are you doing?
That degree of outreach goes to the soup line. We're going to serve soup, and we're going to do it Christmas and maybe Thanksgiving, do some baskets, and then we'll run around and have the news follow us and see how much we're giving back with our outreach.
Absolutely. It's you want to say anything? I got emotional right there. Excuse me.
No.
Skeeter came out.
Yeah, it really did. Now, what about our homeless transgender population? You see a high number of those?
Yeah, I think so. One of the other issues I think that Memphis has is the shelters.
Okay.
Are not always super safe. So that's one of the things that we've also done at the center is we have worked with Community Alliance for the Homeless and tried to set up a meeting with shelters to kind of do like a brief overview of how to be a little bit more inclusive. Basic things like if you're providing services to different genders, like male and female, then maybe changing your intake form to have just a line instead of like, okay, you have to check the box, are you male or female? Sometimes it's more complicated than that.
I totally agree, it is.
Yeah. And so like just even basic things like that, or like having a sign when you walk in that says this is a space that's inclusive for everybody. So we've had a lot of youth that have come to us who are trans, and if you're over 18, you have to go into the adult shelters.
Really? I didn't know that.
There's, and so you have an 18-year-old trans individual trying to fit in some of these shelters, and it's not a safe space. Like I've had stories of people come and tell me that they absolutely won't go to this place or that place because they were sexually abused, they had their stuff stolen, they got physically abused, they were just like constantly being harassed. And so it really, that's one of the things that is part of like our plan to try and make Memphis a little bit safer is by trying to work with those places and make them more inclusive. But a lot of them are
faith-based.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Right.
They go under that context to say we're faith-based. But where is the love my brother and my sister as I love myself?
Exactly. Someone who's in need.
And where is the hospitality?
Child, if you ain't straight, you can't get none. It's sad. I mean, it's the truth. And you know what? And once we get in a position, we're going to be helping, we're going to assist, we're going to open up something to help our people, because our other people who have the resources to help, they're not doing a doggone thing. And they have money. And they're not doing nothing. We're giving away, what's the thing called you ride around the skateboard things? Hoverboards. Give away hoverboards. I ain't going to call no names out. They give away hoverboards instead of helping these homeless, this 6% who's homeless.
Well, they figured once they send you to hell, they through with you.
Yeah. Awful. Well, we're going to talk about this great project. What's the name of the great project that MGLCC is doing for these homeless youth?
The Metamorphosis Project.
Okay. So we got another break, another pause for the calls. We're going to get information, and we're going to march out of here like Major Rich. You know how to march? Lift your knees up.
Yeah.
We're going to do a death drop.
I had in the air of the night. I thought we were gonna come back with
Actually, you messed it up when we came back from the last commercial.
Oh
You
man.
played the same song.
Oh well, I was trying to spread them out through your whole show, man. Well, give me the instructions, sir.
Formation.
Formation.
Get a formation.
Can you talk about 1 minute? Let me get
Come
that
on,
up.
Stephanie. So, what about
You got a project coming up, right?
yeah?
Fundraiser.
Yeah, we do have a fundraiser. A week from tomorrow at the Hilton on Poplar and Ridgeway, Hilton, Memphis.
What's the date?
It is February 21st
Okay.
from 4 to 6 p.m. We are having a fundraiser for the Metamorphosis Project. We will have pictures of the project itself, and we'll have food and alcohol. Tickets are $40 for.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Sunday.
Oh, I have church. I can't drink no alcohol on Sundays.
It's a Sunday late afternoon.
We drink communion on Sundays. We cannot do that in my church.
Well, then you can eat snacks. Everybody likes snacks.
Put my whiskey in a container. The Lord said, drink up.
There you go.
I drink Maker's Mark.
He gonna be in there 30 minutes trying to turn that water into some wine.
I am.
Loose here!
Drink up.
Loose here!
Well, we're going to talk about this great project. We're going to talk about some more great things that these people at the MGLCC are doing. Talk about my brother Will over there and my brother Martavius Hampton and Elokin. Tell Elokin stop emailing me. She emailed me too much.
And Miss Deb.
We got a new staff member too.
I know his name. I met him. Oh, gosh.
Ace.
Ace.
Yeah.
Ace. I met
They've
Ace.
even been drinking. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, we're going to take this pause for the calls, and this is our last break, and we'll be back after these messages. I'm drinking this good old coffee. I go to the restroom, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. We'll be back, Facebook.
Formation. Get in formation.
Whoa, what's that?
Man, it's like Beyonce. Whoa.
Y'all gonna get us kicked out the air
Formation.
sooner or later.
That ain't the right one.
I mean, it's be.
Y'all gonna get us kicked out the air sooner or later.
I take the blow for that one.
Two bleeps and a bloop.
Full. I mean, it's not even
We having
here.
it cool.
Let's
Are
see.
we-
Yeah, it shows you like.
Are we
how
still
many
live?
people came.
No, I got everything muted here. Let me make sure. Oh
You
man.
doing so good.
Jeez.
Just throw anything on.
That's
Yeah, you
close
can go
enough.
to the
That's close
commercial.
enough.
Let's go to the
Yeah.
commercial.
Oh, this one is supervised.
Oh wait, you know the song?